That's right, in late 2014 we got the Muppets Movie Adventures, a mind-boggling anomaly of a release given that this was a VITA exclusive. Do you know how insane that is for a licensed kids game to permeate through the membrane that is Sony's incompetence to become a VITA-only title? You know, every now and then the VITA would get a very oddball release like this, but even things like SpongeBob Hero Pants, a game that should not exist on VITA, also saw ports on the 3DS and Xbox 360. But really think, how many kids out there were VITA owners? I want some cold hard numbers, because not once during the VITA's lifetime did I even see a single person in public playing a VITA. 3DS, I've seen everyone play a 3DS. I saw an old man playing Bravely Default on a bus once. I have not once seen a soul playing Day of Doofenshmirtz in the daylight. We only come out at night. And thanks to this strange little Muppet VITA game, Kermit's little face can rest alongside heroes near his power scale and kill count, like Solid Snake and Nathan Drake. The premise of this one is we're directing a new Muppet movie, I wish. With each level being a side-scroller spoofing different movie genres. A pretty cool concept for a Muppet game. First level is pirate themed, didn't we do this already? Now you look at it, and visually it evokes something like Donkey Kong Country Returns, you know, or maybe this one could take a few notes out of other platformers for VITA, like Rayman Legends. Both are 2D platformers that play at a really smooth and gratifying pace, fun music, and slick level design. The Muppets would be perfect for that, but even in the first level, it's clear this one's gonna be pretty mediocre. For one, you can't even do like a basic double jump. No, that's something you can unlock only on your second playthrough. Why? You're pretty slow in this one too. This one really needed something like a sprint button. And tragically, this one also pads out its length with some obvious detours that go on for far too long. They even throw in some VITA touchscreen controls that's neat, but it's not like it really adds anything. It's also strangely a little unresponsive. I had to make sure my VITA touchscreen wasn't like broken or anything. It was just like a tad off. There's also just like not much here. It's kind of an eerie game. You get a quick cutscene, you're thrown into a repetitive level for a good 20 or 30 minutes until you run into a barrel-chested gonzo. You do have a boss fight with Sweetums, which is pretty decent, with his second boss battle quickly rewriting him as his brother. That's pretty funny.
Cut. Brilliant! Your best work ever, Kermit. That's a wrap. So let's get ready to edit.
Next level is fantasy themed, where you gotta stop an evil wizard Uncle Deadly from turning the land into a parking lot, with you playing as Miss Piggy going full Shrek Forever After Ogre Fiona type baddie. This level sees you ascending a spiraling tower, sort of evoking another 2.5D platformer like Klonoa on PS1. You throw apples at chickens, you do these little touchscreen puzzles with your fingers to open magically locked doors. This shit must have went hard as hell for the one first grader who had a VITA. Yay, I'm smart. The thing is, just like the Kermit level, this one has a lot of padding, like way more. It's so shameless about it too. You're constantly unlocking different doors to longer detours to get one single collectible. It's so monotonous. It got to a point where I started asking myself, what am I doing here? This level just keeps on going with nothing of note really happening for the next 35 minutes, but thankfully it does lead to a pretty fun boss battle with Uncle Deadly. That's right, it's a Spiral Arena boss battle in a Muppet game. We're so back. I think what makes this one even more, I don't know, off-putting and dull is there's just not enough here in this game to really make it feel like a Muppets adventure. Where's the gags? Where's the chaos? Why is everything gotta be so slow? Here you don't even have the Muppet performers delivering any dialogue. Yeah, every character here is completely mute, and it's so off. It just makes it feel like these could be interchanged with any cast of characters. You put the McDonald's people in there, get a fucking McFamily in there. It's the same game, it doesn't really matter. Next level is a Western, the good, the bad, and the animal. Okay, here I was like, maybe this could be it. Maybe there's still a chance for this game yet. A glimmer of hope, playing as Sheriff Animal squaring up against Constantine who's stealing all the town's pasta sauce? Ooh-wee, we might have just struck some oil here, yeehaw! But darn, it's bland. I've always been a sucker for a good train level, and this one is a bit of an improvement, being a tad more engaging by letting you slingshot these rat bastards. I also like that they inserted Constantine into this one. Like, yeah, this game came out some months after Muppets Most Wanted's release, but they could have easily abandoned this character. It was nice to see evil Kermit again. The boss fight here, though, with him is just bad. Being this really stilted touchscreen section where you just shoot down tomatoes, Look, I know it seems simple enough. I know you're looking at this thinking it should play real easy, right? Like, what's dumb Junko talking about? But again, the touchscreen controls here just feel somewhat unresponsive. And you kind of have to time your shot just ahead of its trajectory, which is fine. But then you have to do it from an angle, and it just doesn't follow the logic you'd expect, nor the timing. The Gonzo level is a bit of a step up from the others because of course it is. I love you, you big-nosed bastard. For one, his jump is actually decent, and the level design turns out to be much more solid here. You're going up against a bunch of zombie vegetables accidentally brought to life by a freak invention by Dr. Honeydew. And instead of a conventional boss battle, you have to protect Honeydew from getting eaten while you switch off all these valves with a touchscreen. Honestly, this feels like the most well thought out level so far. It's just a shame it took them until the second to last level to actually find their footing. Which brings us to the finale, the Coosbane Menace. A sci-fi parody where Kermie and Piggy crash land on Mustafar, and this one is probably the best level in the game. It's well paced, Kermie gets these hover boots to do a nice double jump, and he's just so badass. Plugging volcanic eruptions with little corks. And you get the best boss battle, going up against a giant alien Pepe and shooting his goddamn brains out. Wow, that was a pretty cool game for like 10 minutes. And to close us out, we get a completely mute gathering of the Muppets for one big cast photo, and that's it. It's over. Hundreds of people are listed in the credits of this game, and you know, it's a commendable effort to put out a Vita exclusive Muppets game to lead the charge in making the system a more appealing handheld for kids beyond, you know, just Lego games. Just like practically everything else involving the Vita, Sony's efforts were mostly too little and far too late to have any sort of noticeable impact. It does sting though, because I feel like just having the Muppets voice cast and a faster pace of the platforming could have elevated Muppet Movie Adventures significantly. But instead, it's this awkward, bland game where you don't get much of that staple Muppet humor. I really can't even see it holding that one kid with a Vita who's also a Muppet fan's attention for long, like, at all. Just, that devastates me, because I don't think there was a better way to end this whole Muppet mania than with an exclusive Vita game. It was like it was made specifically for your boy. Some things just end in a pretty underwhelming way, I guess. Right, Constantine? Or Kermit? Or whoever? Hello? Oh. It's over. Huh. It's done. Well, at least there's always Star Wars. Da 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 da.